This is the Remote Work Life Business Spotlight, where I highlight top remote business innovators and share personal and career development tips to help you navigate the world of remote work. I'm your host, Alex Wilson-Campbell. I help remote work managers, professionals and freelancers overcome isolation and uncertainty in their life to get hired and fulfill their career goals.
Welcome to another edition of the Remote Work Life Business Spotlight. And today, Buffer is in the spotlight. Buffer.com is where you can find them. Buffer is one of my favorite remote businesses. For those of you who don't know Buffer, they help you, your business or you as an individual, to grow your audience on social and beyond. They say here, Buffer helps you build an audience organically. They say they're values driven, and that the values driven and provide affordable, intuitive marketing tools for ambitious people and teams. So yeah, and some of their clients they put here front and center: Huckleberry, The Sill, Burrow, Happy Socks, Dress Up. They say grow your following without draining your time, which is always good because, as we know, and as I know, it can take a long time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy to grow on social. So Buffer is essentially a tool that enables you to do that as smoothly as possible. So yeah, have a look at buffer.com, but it's not just about looking at Buffer, it's also looking at a bit more about them, not just the what, but also the why and the how behind the business. It's always important to do that. Here's a bit about them in terms of, because this page is geared towards the clients, as you'd probably expect, potential clients. The homepage, they say, we're here to help. Our customer advocates are standing by 24/7 to support you via email and social media. We also have a comprehensive, regularly updated help center for those who prefer to find help themselves. But as I said, I want to know a bit more. I want to know a bit more about Buffer. I'm sure you do. 240,000 plus people like you use Buffer to build their brand on social media every month. But as I said, I want to know a bit more. I want to dig deeper. You should do the same if you want to work for or with Buffer. I've just hopped across to their blog, and instead you'll be able to see that if you hop across to my YouTube channel, which is linked in the notes. And when I go to blogs, I like to look at the categories that they have on their blogs, because often blogs usually either go one of two directions. So they either talk mainly about their technical aspects because they're trying to attract clients or talk to their clients, or they talk about life inside the company. Some of them talk about both. I'm having a look, as I said, for categories so I can get a clue as to what they talk about. Oh, here we go. So here are the categories. So they've got a marketing blog, which, as you probably expect, talks about the marketing. They've got a culture blog. So they've got a workplace culture blog, which I love looking at workplace culture blogs. And when they say culture, they say, join us as we share what we're learning as we build a company that approaches work from a fresh perspective. We write about workplace culture, our finances, and our business decisions and strategies. All things that people want to know. You want to know if, even if you're a client of Buffer's, you want to know that they're, or how they work, how they work is aligned with you so that you can be a client. Or if you're a job seeker, you want to know, is this the kind of environment in which I could thrive? So it's always good to have an idea of their culture. There's a few blogs here. They're talking about Buffer turned 12 today. So that was back on the 30th of November 2022. So that, again, would be good to read. Here's another blog which says, here's how much time we take off at Buffer. Our new time off dashboard. Interesting. How we made our hybrid meetup inclusive. So yeah, All of this is great because it will give you an insight into how they operate, how they work. Will that, how they work, reflect well for you? They talk about here, a Pride fireside chat, coming out at work and how to support LGBTQ plus colleagues. So a lot there. There's a lot going on. So you must read this. But of course, don't just take the blogs as read, as gospel. Listen to their podcast. Also, when you're interacting with them online or when you get to your interview, you want to ask them questions which help you to find out information and enable them or force them to provide evidence of all the things that they talk about on their blog. So yeah, you want to ask them, because I mean, you know, when you go to an interview, you get asked questions about the evidence of how you work and your achievements and what you've done. You can also ask employers questions about which make them elicit information about the culture of their business, how they work, what they do, how the team interacts. All of these things can give you great clues yourself. And also not just what they say, but how they actually act when they give answers to these questions that you're going to ask them. So you've got to sort of imagine that you're an investigative reporter trying to find out information. First of all, you're looking at their website, then you're asking questions, then you're sort of having conversations with these different companies. So that's the blog. I mean, I haven't gone into too much detail. This is not about going into detail. It's about just finding the surface, what's on the surface first and foremost. What I want to do now is just quickly go back. I want to see the types of roles that they potentially hire, the different departments. They've got sections here as well, what you want to look at about their values, their culture. I'm going to go to where it says our culture, because sometimes what happens is they link to, here we go, it says meet our global team. We're a fully distributed team of 82 people living and working in 20 countries. There's their blog as well, their values. I'm looking for, they talk about transparency, they talk about diversity, they talk about open source, they talk about, yeah, there's lots of stuff, lots of things that you can research here. But I don't think, yeah, they're not highlighting their careers page anywhere. I can't see it anywhere. Obvious. Oh, there it is. Yeah, right in front of me, obviously. So see our open roles. They're not hiring at the moment, but that could change. This is why you've got to put them on your bookmark list so that you can every now and again check back. Unfortunately, there's nowhere that you can drop your email to get alerts, but yeah, that would have been useful and a useful add-on in case you're listening, that Buffer. Yeah, so nothing in terms of what they're doing in terms of hiring. What you'd probably want to do is hop across to LinkedIn, do some research on the different people that work at Buffer, and that will give you an idea as to the sorts of people that they hire. So that is buffer.com.
That's it for today's episode of the Remote Work Life podcast. Click the link in the show notes below to access a free list of 100 remote businesses that hire regularly. And if you're feeling stuck or uncertain on issues of career or personal development, head on over to www.remoteworklife.io, where you can watch exclusive on-demand video featuring real-world remote work leaders and future of work experts on key remote work topics, including how to get clarity on your career direction, how to thrive while working remotely, how to network effectively and stay connected, and how to tend to your personal and career development needs. Go to remoteworklife.io now, and remember to connect with me, your host, Alex Wilson Campbell, on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook.